Welcome back, Cat 37 class. Today we're going to cover creating revolution surfaces using the revolve or revolute command. As you can see here, here's the icon. All right, so let's go to the lecture notes here. So in order to get to the revolute or revolve icon, go to Extrude and go to the drop down. So go to the drop down and you'll get access to that command. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so let's go ahead and download the file, Revolution 1 cat part. Click on it. You can open it from here, right? Make sure you have CATIA open. It should also automatically load CATIA if it recognizes the file that it is a CATIA file. Or if you want to open up this file from the unzipped folder, right? The extract folder. So once again, don't use the CATIA files from the zipped folder. You first extract, right-click extract, right? Which will give us this folder. So if you want to do it from here, I do have the Revolution Surfaces tutorial in here. There it is. All right, so, or you can again open it from here. Okay, so I've already clicked on it. It downloaded. It's in the downloads folder. Don't forget. And open file. Okay, and here's our geometry. Okay, let me change the color on this one. It's just a little hard to see. Okay, so we're going to do a revolve around this axis using this profile. Okay, so let's go back to the tutorial. So once again, we're going to use this profile, this planar curve, as our profile, and this vertical line will be our axis of rotation. Okay, and we're going to generate the surface. All right, so let's go back to CATIA. Okay, so make sure you are in generative shape design, right? If you're not, when you open up this file, if you're not in generative shape design, go to Start, Shape, and Generative Shape Design. And later on, after we cover the tutorials, I'm going to cover freestyle. We're not going to have any assignments in freestyle, but I'm going to cover it, especially for those that are thinking of going into the automotive world, right? Working in a car studio, working with clay models, and shaping surfaces freehand style. All right. Okay, so let's go back. So let me go ahead and pull this toolbar. So here we have Extrude. Notice how I left mouse click and drag around this toolbar. If I hit Shift on the keyboard, the Shift key, I can change the orientation from vertical to horizontal or vice versa. There it is. So if I go to the drop down, we get to the revolve command. Okay, so there's revolve. Click on it. So revolve, revolution, surface definition, pick your profile. So our profile is this green curve here. And for our axis, we're going to use this line here. So for our axis of rotation, click, and there it is, right? And we can use the green arrows to pull on it, right? If we want to go the full 360, right? Or you can type in 360. Let's see what happens if we keep going on forever. Oh, it overlaps. See, it doesn't like that. Doesn't like it when it overlaps. Okay, so it's like, hey, you can't go on forever. Okay, so one of them has to be 0. Or at least they need to add up to 360, right? So I'm going to make this one 0 and this one 360 to close the gap. If you go beyond 360, it will give us that error message letting us know, hey, you're overlapping. That's not good. Okay, so 360 is fine. If I go over, I'll get that error message. Okay, so there's our revolute. Let me just go halfway. I'll go 180 instead. 180, half of 360, 180. And enter. Okay, there it is. Okay, let's see if we can revolute endpoint. Okay, so. And I should have started a new geoset, right? Let me go ahead and insert a new geoset. Forgot to insert my geoset. My geoset. Okay. And I should move that revolute over. I can just left mouse click and drag, or right click copy and cut and paste, right? Another way could have been by right click, cut, and paste it into my new geoset. All right, so I'm going to create a revolute. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to pick this point here. See if I can revolve a point. Okay, so let's use revolve or revolute again. Revolve. And for my profile, I'm going to pick this point. And for the axis, right, I'm going to pick this vertical. It does revolve a point, as you can see. Okay, so right now it looks like it's overlapping. That's why I'm getting that error message. Okay, it seems to be working now. So as you can see, I can revolve a point, which will generate a curve. Just like extrude, we were able to extrude a point to generate a line, and then you can use a line or curve to generate a surface. And okay, and there it is. There's our line. Ta-da! All right, so just a reminder, you can also use axes to revolve about. So let's see, I don't see my XYZ axis. So I do have the planes. Let me unhide the planes. There they are. Okay, so I can insert an axis if I want. Okay, so here is the axis command. Axis. And it defaults to the origin. So you can see it's dropping right where all three planes intersect. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try something different. Let's see if I can revolve around. Let me hide the planes now. It's getting a little too crowded there. So let's see if I can revolve around the Z. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to try and use that same green curve. Let me right click and hide this one for now. Let me hide it. Hey, you lost it. Hey, it's in the background. It's okay. Don't panic. If I go to the background, there it is, right? Okay, you can see it's grayed out in the tree, letting me know it's hidden. Okay, it's here in the no-show layer. You can always right-click show if you want to bring it back. Okay. All right, so let me see if I can revolve this around the Z. Okay, so let's do revolve again. Let me drop this back into place. I'm going to just simply double-click at the top. It just drops it back into place. So we're going to revolve again. This green planar curve, right? It's on a flat plane. In this case, the ZY plane. It's a planar curve. All right, so let's see if I can revolve around the Z. It's going to be overlapping, so it's giving me that error message like, nah, can't do it. Let me try 0. Okay, error message, and let me see if it goes 5 degrees. Preview. Yes, so it would overlap over itself, so that's the reason it's not giving it to me. So I'm trying to take this and revolve around the Z direction, right? Say, nope, won't do it. It's going to overlap itself. So the surface it generates is going to overlap, and it's not going to accept it. Okay, so let me see if I can do it around the X. Yep, same thing. As it generates the surface, it's going to overlap itself. But it will let me go around the Y, because earlier we did it around this vertical line, which happens to line up with the Y. So I can always right click in here and say, hey, about Y. So for the Y, it does work. Okay, so that attempt failed, so I'll just stop here. Okay, so I was trying to see if we can think of anything else to revolve, but I think we're good. All right, so that's the revolve command. Okay, so don't forget to save your work. File, save as. And I'll save it on my desktop with my creating surfaces folder, creating surfaces, revolution. If you want to save it on a separate folder, it's up to you. And complete. Okay, and I'm going to save it. You know what? I forgot to unhide the other one. Go back and unhide. And I'm just going to hit save, file, save. Okay, as you can see, the file that I currently have open, it's up here on the upper left corner. This is the revolution one, complete, right? This is the one I saved as complete. All right, so that's the end of this video.